9 signs you have a potassium deficiency. Hypokalemia is a condition in which your body has low potassium levels. It is easy to overlook potassium deficiency unless you understand how it develops, what it means for your health, and how it impacts your quality of life. But what causes low potassium depends on several factors. Hypokalemia can be due to certain disorders, medications or drugs, chronic alcohol abuse, intense physical activity, and nutritional deficiency. Understanding these possible reasons and the signs of low potassium makes it easier for your physician to plan the correct treatment. Low potassium levels can cause symptoms like fatigue and frequent urination. Increasing your intake of potassium-rich foods, like fruits, vegetables, beans, and nuts, may help. Potassium is an essential mineral that plays many roles in the body. It helps regulate muscle contractions, maintain healthy nerve function, and regulate fluid balance. Despite its importance, it's estimated that most adults don't meet their daily needs. This is likely due to the Western-style diet, which favors processed foods over whole plant foods that are high in potassium, such as fruits, vegetables, beans, and nuts. Low potassium, or potassium deficiency, is when your blood potassium level is below 3.5 mol per liter. In the medical community, it's known as hypokalemia. 1. Digestive disorders. Loss of gastrointestinal function leads to hypokalemia and impacts fluid and salt balance, which drops electrolyte levels. This is because common digestive problems impact intestinal absorption of nutrients, and that includes potassium. With that, digestive disorders like inflammatory bowel disease, IBD, especially Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, can be reasons for low potassium. These conditions induce prolonged vomiting and severe diarrhea. While digestive problems have many causes, they may occur with severe hypokalemia. Potassium helps relay signals from your brain to muscles located in the digestive system known as smooth muscle. These signals stimulate contractions that help your digestive system churn and propel food, so it can be digested. With low potassium levels, contractions in the digestive system may become weaker and slow the movement of food. This could cause digestive problems like bloating and constipation. Moreover, eating disorders like bulimia nervosa and anorexia nervosa can also lead to hypokalemia. In fact, it is regarded as the most consequential impact of the said disorders. Severe hypokalemia leads to heart arrhythmias, muscle weakness, and cardiomyopathy that can be fatal. 2. Kidney problems. Although chronic kidney disease will most likely lead to hyperkalemia, excessive potassium in the blood, as potassium builds up in the blood, several medical conditions could have the opposite effect. Health problems involving your kidney functions can cause hypokalemia in the same way that kidney disease can be due to low potassium levels. For example, frequent urination caused by an infection can cause too much potassium excretion, polyuria. Once left untreated, it could complicate problems in your glomerular filtration, where wastes cannot be filtered out of your system. Additionally, when hypokalemia develops, kidney function also gets significantly disrupted. For instance, Bartter syndrome, a genetic renal tubular disorder, promotes hypokalemia and other electrolyte abnormalities. The two-way relationship between kidney problems and potassium makes it imperative to monitor your electrolytes when you're diagnosed with kidney disease and infections. Likewise, if you have hypokalemia, consider having your kidney functions checked. 3. Metabolic disorders. While chronic disorders included in the list of low potassium causes have an indirect connection to hypokalemia, some disorders can have a profound impact in terms of severity. For example, diabetic ketoacidosis, a severe and even life-threatening complication of diabetes causing your blood to become too acidic, can be tied to hypokalemia. This can link to the condition itself and the treatment involved. Additionally, metabolic alkalosis, characterized by increased body pH levels, is often accompanied by low potassium levels. Metabolic alkalosis can be due to extreme sodium absorption, which disrupts potassium levels and leads to hypokalemia. 4. Weakness and fatigue. Weakness and fatigue are common signs trusted source of potassium deficiency for a few reasons. When blood potassium levels are low, your muscles produce weaker contractions. A deficiency may affect how your body uses nutrients in a way that can result in fatigue. Weariness and weakness are frequently the initial indications of potassium insufficiency. In the first place, potassium controls how muscles contract. Your muscles contract less forcefully when your blood potassium levels are low. Secondly, an insufficiency of this mineral could influence the way your body utilizes nutrition, thus leading to weariness. For example, some evidence shows that a deficiency could impair trusted source insulin production. This can result in high blood sugar levels and less available glucose, which functions as energy for your cells. 5. Muscle weakness and cramps. Muscle cramps are sudden, uncontrolled contractions of the muscles. They can occur when blood potassium levels are low and can be painful. Within skeletal muscle, potassium helps relay signals from your brain to stimulate contractions. It also helps end these contractions by leaving the muscle cells. When blood potassium levels are low, your brain cannot relay these signals as effectively. This results in more prolonged contractions and is thought to contribute to muscle cramps. Cramps are unlikely to occur with mild or moderate hypokalemia, but they may happen with severe hypokalemia of less than 2.5 millimoles per liter of potassium. Potassium aids in the transmission of brain signals that cause skeletal muscle contractions. Low blood potassium levels impair the brain's ability to transmit these impulses. This is assumed to be a contributing factor to muscle cramps as it causes longer contractions. Potassium aids in the initiation and termination of muscular contractions. This balance can be upset by low blood potassium levels, which can result in cramps, long, uncontrollable contractions. 6. Abnormal heartbeat. Potassium also plays a vital role in maintaining healthy heart muscle contractions. This is because the flow of potassium in and out of heart cells helps regulate your heartbeat. Low blood potassium levels can alter trusted source this flow, resulting in abnormal heart rhythms known as heart arrhythmia. Heart arrhythmias can also be a sign of a serious heart condition. If you notice any abnormal changes to your heart rate, seek immediate medical attention. Your heart rate is mostly controlled by potassium. This is so because potassium's movement into and out of heart cells aids in heartbeat regulation. A heart arrhythmia, or irregular heartbeat, may result from extremely low potassium levels and may indicate a dangerous cardiac problem. 7. Breathing troubles. You may have shortness of breath if your blood potassium levels are really low because your lungs may not react to oxygen adequately. A severe potassium deficit might potentially cause death by stopping the lungs from functioning. Being low in potassium can cause breathlessness since it aids in the expansion and contraction of the lungs. 8. Tingling and numbness. Though more common in people with high potassium, or hyperkalemia, those with potassium deficiency may also experience persistent tingles and numbness. This is known as paresthesia and usually occurs in the hands, arms, legs, and feet. Potassium is important for healthy nerve function. Low blood levels can weaken nerve signals and result in tingling and numbness. While occasionally experiencing these symptoms is harmless, like if your foot falls asleep from lack of movement or sitting in an awkward position, persistent tingles and numbness may be a sign of an underlying condition. If you experience this, it can be helpful to speak with doctor. 9. High blood pressure. Having the perfect balance of electrolytes is important for maintaining healthy blood pressure. You may be aware that consuming too much sodium can increase blood pressure in some people. Yet, few people know that too little potassium in the diet can have the same effect. Potassium helps your kidneys get rid of excess sodium via urine. If there isn't enough potassium in the blood, the kidneys reabsorb sodium back into the bloodstream, potentially leading to trusted source high blood pressure over time. This most often occurs with a low dietary intake of potassium, and specifically with hypokalemia. Therefore, getting enough potassium in your diet may help maintain healthy blood pressure in some individuals. To keep blood pressure within normal ranges, electrolyte balance must be ideal. Potassium aids in the kidney's excretion of extra sodium through urine. Insufficient potassium causes the kidneys to reabsorb sodium back into the bloodstream, which over time may raise blood pressure.